and welcome back to the NPL New South Wales Women's Competition here today at Christie Park with the Northwest Sydney Spirit taking on Bulls FC Academy. Really exciting matchup between these two sides. Does that all sound good? Perfect. I will take it out. Hello and welcome back to round 6 of the NPL New South Wales Women's Competition. Kicking off round 6 here at Christie Park with the Northwest Sydney Spirit hosting Bulls FC Academy. I'm Annabelle Banfield and I'm super excited for this one because it's a really intriguing matchup for my mind. Both teams, just the one win to their name. Both teams with a lot of youngsters in the side, and so it should be really interesting to see who can get on top here today. We've also got a new signing for the Northwest Sydney Spirit, which they are very excited to unveil, with Christina Anon making her debut for the side. Very experienced player, 36 years old, Spanish player who's played 250 games in the La Liga Feminine. So incredible pickup for the Spirit to help lead some of those young players, help mentor the side. I've been told pre-game that their average age prior to this game, last few weeks, has been 17 and a half years old out on that field. So incredibly talented group. Can they bring in the right pieces to have the maturity and experience to get the win here today? We shall see. Taking you through the lineups for the Northwest Sydney Spirit. We have number 31, Grace Smith in goals. Number 3, Erin Pridmore. Number 5, Victoria Martin. Number 7, Kayla Osborne. Number 9, Sky Halmerick. 14, Christina Anon. 17, Ariana Stoltzfus. 19, Victoria Kalusic. Number 25, Michaela Gavranich. Number 32, Harper Pell. And number 66, Madison Gabila. On the bench, number 29, Lacey Wynn. Number 18, Sienna Hawkins. 21, Matilda Gilbert. 22, Charlotte Finnerty. 26, Sophia Kelleher. And 27, Lucy Fuchineko. For the travelling side, Bulls FC Academy. Starting in goals, number 1, Mio Namoto. Number 5, Elizabeth Gray. 10, Tamira Souza. 11, Daniela Naimi. 12, Jasmine Melly. 13, Grace Johns. 14, Patria Phillips. 16, Isabella Cocodicipio. 18, Ashley Hennebury. 20, Alyssa Rose. And 23, Ashley Brodigan. And on the bench, number 2, Maya Khalil. Number 3, Samara Jersa. Number 6, Anna Hogarth Scott. Number 17, Sophia Furia. Number 33, Jade Guichon. And number 61, Hannah Spannenberg. As I mentioned earlier, both teams, just the one win to their name. They both have a draw as well. Means they sit level on points. Just one position either side of each other on the table. Currently, Bulls FC Academy have that higher spot, 10th place on the ladder as things stand. And the Spirit are in 11th. But they do have a game in hand, the Northwest Sydney Spirit. Prior to today's match day as well, both teams were also level on club championship points, which just goes to show you the evenness of these two clubs. Both had 21 points. And it was actually in reverse. It was the Spirit who were 11th place with their 21 points. And Bulls FC Academy were in the 12th spot with their 21 points. Really makes for an exciting game. Bulls FC got their first win of the season last week against Sydney University. The same team that the Spirit beat, also with a 1-0 scoreline. As for Spirit, an unfortunate loss in their derby matchup here at Christie Park against the Gladesville Ravens, going down 2-1. A loss that Tony Candy told me he was particularly disappointed with, and he thinks some of those young players were a bit overawed by perhaps the experience and maturity of the Ravens, and that's why their new signing, Christina Anon, is such a big deal for the club, and the way that she can, lead, mentor all these young players coming through who are bound to do big things. Lots of them already being called up for junior Matildas. And so it's great to see Spirit investing in their youth and their youth pathways. We should be just about to get underway. Goal has been checked and sorted. Sky Halmerick will get us underway with the Spirit taking the kickoff. And we are off here at Christie Park. Northwest Sydney Spirit dispossessed there. Good tackle from Phillips. And the Bulls win it back quickly. Here's Petria Phillips on it once more. Overlapping run from Johns. Gets back to Phillips. Bit out of her reach though. Bulls Academy. We are only 30 seconds in, but they've started with a point to prove, running in their all-black strip from right to left across your screen. And the Spirit looking to keep them out in the yellow and black, heading from left to right here at Christie Park. A lovely afternoon. Clear sky. Nice temperature, and hopefully it stays that way as things cool down. Here's Naomi in the corner, trying to find a way out. Naomi, great skill to make the cross. It'll be a goal kick for the Spirit. Kalusic hurried to play the pass. Halmerick's there. Halmerick. Not quite wide enough to reach her player. The Bulls have it again. Hanbury. There's a Spirit player down. It's their new signing, Christina Anon. Eventually the ball is kicked out, so she can receive some attention here, hopefully. Very early in the game. Concerning signs. Hopefully it's nothing major, because I know the Spirit have very high hopes for the impact that Christina will have for their side. Back up on her feet, which is a good sign. Spirit do the sportsmanlike thing with the pass back to the Bulls. And they're off and away here. Long ball from Gray with Melly. Shot comes in. Little way off target. Pridmore driving out. Spirit will have the throw here. Aimed for Halmerick. Gray with the interception. Gray leading from the back for the Bulls. Here's Coco DeCipio trying to show her strength. Ball heads wide for Brodigan. Not quite quick enough to keep it in, but the advantage hadn't lapsed, and Bulls have themselves a free kick. be Alyssa Rose behind the ball. Fresh off of a Team of the Week selection last week for the Bulls in their 1-0 win over Sydney University. Rose goes for goal. Over the crossbar. Good power on that strike, couldn't keep it down, and there's our first shot of the game. Here's Helmrich checking in. Not afraid to come short for the ball as a striker, Helmrich. Well won by Hanbury. And back to Namoto, who returns to face her old club here today. New to the Bulls side after exiting the Spirit setup. Coca DeCipio to Johns. Now Rose. Pressure's coming. They're forced all the way back to Namoto. Good movement from Rose to get it back once more. And Melly wants the ball. Naomi recovers it off the touch. Not for long. Spirit have it once again. It's their captain, Erin Pridmore, looking forward. Ball for Martin. Good first touch, Victoria Martin. She's around Grace Johns. Martin with the cross. Gavranich at the back post. Big save from Mio Namoto. Exciting football there from Spirit. They've won themselves a corner. And it's their new signing heading out to take it. Taken short. Gavranich. Back to Anon. Beats Melly. Anon trying to find Osborne. Pass too soft. Now Petria Phillips. Good switch of play. Brodigan. Johns. Forward again for Brodigan. Pell, the 15-year-old, was crucial with the tackle. Now Alyssa Rose. Wide for Coco DeCipio. Cross was poor, straight to the feet of Victoria Kalusic. The Bulls are coming again. Gray's being allowed to drive forward and unleash an off-target strike on that occasion. Pridmore, Kalusic. To Stoltzfus. Bulls have the better of the field position thus far. Well won there by Anon. And then the foul is committed. She's already been down and needed medical attention once this game, so good to see her back up quickly this time. Osborne, good turn, and that's a heavy foul from Tamira Souza. Taken quickly. Played wide for Gavranich, who didn't time her run well enough. Went too early, and the offside flag is raised for the first time this afternoon. Very poor pass from Gray. Spirit lose it. Petria Phillips with the tackle. Gray. Better pass to Souza this time. Nice 1-2 with Phillips. Here's Souza. Souza very much getting her jersey pulled there. You could see the stretch in it. The Bulls wanted it quickly, but they'd overrun the mark of where the foul first happened. Madison Gabila will need to be careful committing fouls like that she at least tries to hide it a little bit better, because that was pretty clear decision for the referee. Luckily for her, Bulls couldn't do much with it, and Spirit kick it straight into our referee. Contested drop ball's no longer a part of the game, so Isabella Coco DeCipio is being moved away. Poor pass from Pridmore. Intercepted by Souza. Souza, cross inside for Phillips. Back to the Brazilian, Tamira Souza. Cross for Johns. Cleared by Osborne, off the head of Martin. It's gone to the feet of Hennebury. Sky Halmerick almost did enough to make it the tackle in the back line. Back to Nomoto. Heads long. Naomi wasn't quite running for it in time. Pridmore. Back to Smith. Now Victoria Kalusic. Inside to Kabila. Almost tackled by Phillips. And on. Called quite late there, but nonetheless probably the right call to give the foul. And Tony Candy has a point to Mira Souza. We're in the first 10 minutes and she has committed several fouls. She will need to be careful because any more of them and you'd imagine the card is close. Gavranic, offside again. Tamira Souza last year copped quite a few yellow cards, so no stranger to the wrath of the referee. Sky Halmerick very incensed by the no call there. Here's Souza. Chip over the top for Naomi. Pridmore. Safety first. Over the sideline. Over the sideline fence there too. Melly throws for Phillips. Gray driving forward. Naomi. Patria Phillips. Inside for Naomi. Penalty not given. Long ball for Halmerick. She'll get to it first. Sky Halmerick attempts to chip Nomoto, gets it over her, but also over the goal. Sky Halmerick is one of many young Spirit players out there today coming through their mixed youth league system. Seems to be a great way to get these girls ready for first grade on the women's side of things. Plenty of teenagers out there in yellow and black. Sky Halmerick with the header on for Victoria Martin. Martin! Poor strike from Victoria Martin. She would have wanted to force Nomoto into a save. Two balls head in for Nomoto to take the goal kick. Brodigan and Kokodasipi almost got in each other's way there. Tackle from Pell. It's fallen to Osborne. Back to Onon. Now Stoltz first, the goal scorer from last week in the loss to Gladesville. Kalusic. Did bounce up into someone's hand. They couldn't even tell you whose. It's played on. Harper Pell. Long for Victoria Martin. Rose has it. Back to Nomoto. She does find the angle. Nomoto looking for Naomi. Naomi, one of the smaller players on this field. Couldn't reach the header. Hennebury, Brodigan. Well defended by Victoria Martin. Foul's been given against Spirit. They seem to be quite confused. I have to admit I'm also confused, not sure what that one was for. Pushing with two hands, according to the referee, we're now hearing, and perhaps a little soft there. Gray and Melly. Bit flat-footed, couldn't reach that one. And uncharacteristic poor pass from Liz Gray, who was... Here's Coco DeCipio, team's top scorer this season. Her and Brodigan have all of the Bulls' goals. Martin, Osborne, Victoria Martin. It's a foot race with Hennebury, which Hennebury wins. And the pass is poor back to Namoto. Halmerick takes a touch, rounds the keeper, and Spirit are perhaps rightfully very angry with that call, as it appeared Namoto caught a Halmerick ankle instead of the ball. It's the crowd, which is very much in Spirit's favour. We're not happy with that latest call. Martin rounds Johns, crosses straight to Rose. And here she comes for the Bulls, Alyssa Rose. One touch too many, and Harper Pell makes the tackle. Recently called up to her first Junior Matildas camp. And what is a really great sign of things for the Spirit, the way one of their own homegrown players they've developed into being youth national team worthy. Here's Anon, previously a captain in La Liga Feminine, played over 250 games in the top flight of Spanish football. It's a fantastic pickup for the Spirit and for the NPL New South Wales League as a whole. Here's Coco DeCipio now, trying to show her pace. Kalusic isn't exactly slow and makes a big tackle. Coco DeCipio wins the corner. Kalusic, a high-level athlete as well, a high jumper, so she'll be tough for Coco DeCipio to burn with pace. Bulls with their first corner of the match. Alyssa Rose will take it from the right-hand side. Ball coming in, middle of the goal, headed away by Kalusic. Johns with the air swing. Jasmine Melly's there in backup. Now Hennebury. Rushed into a pass. Rose can drop in to receive. Now for Naomi. Early cross. Saved by Johns with her legs. Melly throws for Naomi. Good skill, good skill. Runs out of room for Daniela Naomi. Yet to score a goal this season. Had a few to her name last year, so would be keen to get back on the score sheet soon. Poor turn from Kabila, straight into Phillips. Now Coco DeCipio, left foot strike, saved by Smith. She is young, just turned 14, Madison Kabila, but perhaps a sign of her inexperience there with Poor decision, poor awareness. That was better from Gabila. Quick ball to Halmerick. Halmerick with the chip over the top. Namoto comes off her line. Clears it quickly. Candy issuing directives to his Spirit side. He wants them to play it longer. He wants the ball over the top of this Bulls defense. Coco Nisipio plays the through ball when nobody was running, and Harper Pell can retrieve that with ease. Pridmore, Stoltz first. Back to her captain. And Pridmore over the top. Halmerick doesn't have enough room to run onto it with Namoto coming off her line. Rose for Phillips. Good turn, Patria Phillips. Ball's not strong enough to beat Pell. Anon, wide to Gavranich, who did stay onside that time. Anon, still going. Gavranich inside. Once wanted it back for Anon, who had stopped her run. It's fantastic to see a lovely Saturday afternoon, great weather. An active crowd here at Christie Park. One of the JDL boys teams or JDL mixed teams is here putting in the chants. And Spirit are really great at organising a fantastic atmosphere for their home games. All the boys have their chant cards with them and are excited to support the women's first grade. Hanbury being pressured by Osborne, has to go back to Namoto. Now Gray. Liz Gray plays it wide to no one. Pridmore driving forward for Kalusic. Ball that was attempted to be over the top was well read by Grace Johns. Kabila back to Pell, inside to Osborne. Great turn. Trying to find Halmerick through the gap. Gray read it well. And then Martin was offside. Liz Gray, wide for Melly. Now Naomi. Great run to beat Stoltz first. Stoltz was coming and chased. Naomi heading inside. Heavy touch. Still with the Bulls. Melly with the cross. Kalusic heads it out for a corner. Last corner that the Bulls had was straight to the head of Spirit's Victoria Kalusic. Can they go better here? This time, they opt for the head of Pridmore. Hanbury back into the area. Coco DeCipio falling to Souza. That was very close. Must have just scraped the crossbar. Anon. Gabila. Halmerick now. For Osborne. Good ball wide. Gavranic has space. Gavranic on the right. Cuts inside. Michaela Gavranic. Shot had power. Didn't have too much accuracy as it was on target, but straight to the arms of Nomoto. As you see there that Victoria Martin and Michaela Gavranic have swapped sides. Two wingers for Spirit. Heavy touch from Christina Non. Coco DeCipio almost trips over the ball there with limited pressure on her. Back to Nomoto. You may hear some Spanish words of encouragement from the Spirit sideline. Christina Anon is in the country with the main goal of learning English and improving her language skills, and Spirit had the connection with her agency, with her Spanish agency, and found out she was coming, and it's win-win for both sides that they have her in yellow and black. Hannah Bree for Souza. Pridmore with the initial interception. Then Phillips makes the tackle. Tamira Souza. Tamira Souza. Smith, safe hands. Pridmore. 2 and on. Kalusic. Pell. Driving inside. Harper Pell. Finds Halmerick. Pressure coming from Coco DeCipio. Good skill to beat her. Through ball too heavy for Gavranic to reach. Melly moving forward. Finds Naimi. Hannah Bree. Alyssa Rose struggling to find a way out. Does so with Souza. Now Naimi. To Brodigan. Tries to touch it around Kalusic. Not on that occasion. Now Stoltzfus on the ball. Stoltzfus wins the throw. Martin. Victoria Martin. Kayla Osborne. Michaela Gavranic making the run. Can they find her? Yes. Here's Gavranic. Facing up Grace Johns. With the cross to nobody at the back post. Hannah Bree. Poor touch. Halmerick. Big save from Mio Nomoto from close range. She's up to this match. Her homecoming to Spirit in New Bulls colours. How's Patria Phillips? Very much getting her shirt pulled by Gabila, who seems to be her thing, shirt pulling when the players pass her. I'm surprised she got away card free there, Gabila. Need to be careful because you'd imagine that's probably the last one the referee will accept. Grace Johns. Tackled by Pell. Gavranic. Passes it to Osborne, who was not looking at the ball. Now half an hour into this matchup. Still goalless. Who can break the deadlock? Souza touches it straight into and on. Here she goes, the Spanish star. Only training with the team for the last week, and she wins the free kick. This game will start to get spiteful if cards aren't shown, because there's been a few, slightly rough, slightly, malicious challenges in the last few minutes that our referee will need to take charge of. It's Sky Halmerick standing over the ball as the Bulls' wall is walked back. Couple meters back from the corner of the box here. Sky Halmerick straight into the head of Tamira Souza, who goes down, and for good reason. That was a pretty powerful shot to take straight to your head. Souza still down. Spirit are using the opportunity to grab drinks breaks before they have their corner. Good to see that Souza's now sitting up, but going through extensive concussion checks. Rightfully so. Concussions are a pretty serious injury that need to be, diagnosed and treated. Spirit sideliner doing a bit of Google Translate here, trying to work out how they can communicate with their new signing, Christina Anon. As I said, come into the country with the goal of learning English, so right now Spanish communication is necessary to pass on messages. Headed away by Gray. Osborne. Back for Gabila. Forward for Halmerick. Who'll get to this first guy? Halmerick! Onto the roof of the net. They've been going close here, the Spirit. Can they find a way to get a goal inside the net? Melly driving forward. Still Jasmine Melly. Now Souza. Chipped over the top for Naomi. Well defended, Stoltzfus. Cross comes in. Pridmore with the clearance. Halmerick showing her speed. Sky Halmerick heads it past Hennebury. Sky Halmerick. Hennebury makes up the ground. Huge challenge there. Crucial. Another corner on this left-hand side for Spirit. Comes in, Halmerick. Gets her head up. Can't get it on target. Melly. Concedes the throw in. Kayla Osborne. Cross goes too far. Johns. Gavranich made the tackle. Halmerick with the second. Grace Johns over the top, but to Spirit. Petria Phillips shows her strength. Still Petria Phillips. Ball forward for Naomi. Daniela Naomi. Stoltzfus defending. Now Coco DeCipio. Tackled by Stoltzfus. Brodigan. Attempting the pass back. Straight to Spirit. Halmerick on the ball. Martin. Nearly. Wins it in the Bulls' back line. Would have been disastrous for the away side. Oh, and that is an awful challenge on Christina Anon. That looked extremely painful for the 36-year-old to take. Considering some of the challenges we've had this first half, I am really shocked that card hasn't been pulled out. There is the first card of the game. Petria Phillips deservedly receiving one for that challenge. Petria Phillips had a red card in round one and then sat out a suspension. Known for being quite a physical, aggressive player, which is one of her strengths, but you know, you've got to know when to rein it into. Like now, when you're on a yellow card, she may need to be a little bit more careful. Martin takes it forward. It's Phillips who gets underneath it. Now Kabila! Saved by Namoto, but Halmerick is down this time. Namoto. Long. Gabila. Her touch falls to the feet of Souza. Good defending from Osborne. Free kicks given. Quite late, but nonetheless given. Pridmore. To the feet of Martin. Back to Anon. Nice one too. Here's Victoria Martin. Wins the corner off the feet of Gray. A huddle forming off the back post. Anon. Falls to Halmerick. Kabila. Sends it way too high and wide. Namoto, short to Gray. Melly, moving forward. Jasmine Melly still going. Inside for Coco de Scipio. It's back with Coco de Scipio. One of the experienced players in this Bulls side. Out wide for Johns. Her cross. Pretty deep and into Grace Smith's sphere of the box. Kalusic to Halmerick. Good touch, Sky Halmerick. Laying it off for an on. Not as good a touch from the Spaniard. Now Pridmore, the captain, trying to go over the top to find Martin. Pell, back to Kalusic. Now Rose with Gray. Hennebury. Elizabeth Gray. Good switch of play. Finds Brodigan. Gabila makes the tackle. And clever pass forward for Osborne. Osborne, early cross. That's a bit too straight. Not angling back enough for Halmerick to be able to get to it. Tackle from Halmerick. Namoto coming off her line well. Inside the last 5 minutes of this first half. Coco de Scipio does really well to keep that in play, although no Bull was getting onto it. Northwest Sydney have it. Pridmore to Martin, the two most experienced players out there, both with over 100 games for Northwest Sydney. Namoto opts to go long towards Naomi. Stoltzfus wins the header. Anon tackled by Gray. Osborne returns the favour. Here's Sky Halmerick. Picks out Mio Namoto. And Halmerick looks disappointed with that effort. Namoto has been excellent in goal for the Bulls. Johns, good turn. Finds Coco de Scipio. Back to Rose. Now Hennebury with pressure coming from Osborne. Passes it straight to Gavranic. Michaela Gavranic. Tamira Souza. Now Naomi, the Bulls have a chance here. Good bit of skill from Naomi and acceleration to match. Now forward for Brodigan. Kalusic with the covering defence. Gray tries to find Coco de Scipio. Harper Pell, 15-year-old, showing just why she's been accelerated into the first grade side. Now Rose. Gavranic with the interception. Kalusic. Osborne misses the pass. Kalusic with the header. Gabila. Ball forward for Martin. Headed on. Foot race. Halmerick versus Hennebury. Spirit throw. Anon for Martin. Back to Anon. Halmerick. The new signing, Christina Anon. Tackled by Hennebury. Stoltz first. Driving forward. Passes it straight to Abel. Clever leave from Brodigan. Ashley Brodigan driving at Kalusic. Kalusic waiting for some support to return. Here's Coco DeCipio now. Harper Pell there to provide pressure. Daniela Naimi. Cross comes in. Patria Phillips. Johns. And cleared by the 14-year-old. Full to Hennebury. Now Grace Johns. Gavranic gives away the foul. Trying to keep Grace Johns away from the ball. Regulation has expired here in the first half. We are into injury time, which there were a couple of. Alyssa Rose with the free kick from out near the sideline. Too much on it. Erin Pridmore. Now Stoltzfus. Great ball forward for Martin. Martin. It's crossed. Doesn't arc back to reach Halmerick. And Namoto. Plays it quickly. Here come the Bulls. Not on Harper Pell's watch. Spirit just waiting for the right moment. Harper Pell inside, passes it straight to Alyssa Rose. Then Harper Pell makes up. Thought she'd made up for it. The play sort of went on before the foul was given. Alyssa Rose, the set piece specialist this season for the Bulls. This is in her range, goes low. Pell clears it, and there goes the halftime whistle here at Christie Park. Still goalless between the Northwest Sydney Spirit and Bulls FC Academy. Don't look away now. Very exciting second half coming up here.
Reminder that the Christie Park Canteen is open for your refreshment. We would also like to thank our sponsors for their continued support of Northwest Sydney Spirit.
Second half about to get underway here at Christie Park between the Northwest Sydney Spirit, running from right to left across your screen, and Bulls FC Academy from left to right in the all-black strip. As things stand right now, we are still goalless heading into the second half. No substitutes for either team as of yet. Although it looks to be a slight change of lineup for the Spirit as Ushine and Christina Anon heads to right back. And Harper Pell looks to be in the midfield. Not 100% sure what the hold-up's about. Both teams are, out there and ready. First half was pretty even, you'd have to say. Spirit probably had the better of the opportunities. Mia Nomoto was fantastic with some of her saves. Her first game back at Christie since making the move to the Bulls in the off-season. Got some pretty big shoes to fill after the retirement of Bulls and previously Northbridge hero Trudy Simmons, who's now coaching the goalkeepers in the Young Matildas. Bulls get us underway here for the second half. I'm Annabelle Bamfield and really looking forward to this second half to see who can put a goal in and go close to getting all 3 points here. You'd imagine there's not too many goals in it, considering how the first half played out. Ushine and Christina Anon going to her preferred position of right back. As I said in the first half, she is an incredible pickup for the side who really needed some experience, some maturity to just lead the youngsters around, because there are so many teenagers out there in yellow that a little bit of direction from someone with so much experience at a high level will no doubt help them. Here she is on the ball now and on. Martin tries to put the cross in. Rose is in the way. Pell makes the tackle. Now Halmerick. Sky Halmerick! What a goal! Inside 90 seconds of this second half. And the home side are up 1-0 thanks to a Sky Halmerick worldie.
Number 9, Sky Halmerick. The score is now Northwest Sydney Spirit 1 and Bulls Academy FC 0.
Fantastic goal from Sky. And it's obvious there that Tony Candy's halftime talk did wonders for the Spirit. How will Bulls FC Academy react? Sky Halmerick, big tackle. Shoots from range. Not on target there. But good early signs in this second half for the home side. Martin coming in to place pressure on Hennebury. Poor pass to the feet of Osborne. Hennebury makes up for it with that tackle. Now Melly. Spirit win the throw. They've come out here with all the energy, all the intensity. It'll be up to the Bulls to find something to get back into this game. Hennebury with the header. Falls to the feet of Pell. Wide for Martin. Victoria Martin tries to put it in. She's calling for the handball, adamantly calling for the handball. Referee has no peace in it. Brodigan down the other end, charging forward. For Coco De Scipio, big save. Grace Smith coming off her line. That would have been very exciting for the Bulls to level things up. Not to be. Spirit still up here, charging forward with Martin. She's given away the foul. Canterbury will take the free kick.
Yep. Stay with the half, stay with them. Stay with the half.
Canterbury now driving forward.
Should we close the lines? Get up, escape.
Big tackle there from Harper Pell. And the energy's up all over the field for Spirit. Sideline especially, the coaches are really vocal. Petria Phillips. Ball inside towards Naomi. Stoltzfus read it. Halmerick loses out. Kayla Osborne. Stoltzfus. Good ball inside to Kabila. Pressure coming. Plays it to Pell. Anon wide for Martin. Continuing her run is Christina Anon. Canterbury though secures the ball. Plays it back to Namoto. Long ball's broken up by Kabila. Poor touch from Stoltzfus. Allows Naomi onto the ball. Kalusic. Crucial in defence for the Spirit. Pell makes the tackle after Osborne attempted to. Inside to Osborne from Gavranich. Now Martin just slowing things down. Finds Osborne. Kabila. Back to Martin. Osborne. Spirit. Really looking good connecting these passes. Bulls will have to do something to break it up. Cross comes in. Out over the baseline.
Well done.
Spirit cheer squad of one of the mixed JDL squads got their refreshments and no doubt will be back into action with the chance soon. Certainly the Bulls side of the sideline a little bit deflated after conceding early. Big tackle from Anon. Concedes the throw in. Brodigan for Coco DeCipio. Isabella Coco DeCipio with the cross. Naomi arriving just too late. It's fallen to Brodigan and into the top corner. Ash Brodigan levels things up for Bulls FC Academy. And we are back level here at Christie Park. 1-1.
That's a goal to Bulls FC Academy. This scored by number 23, Ashley Brodigan. The score is now Northwest Sydney Spirit 1, Bulls Academy FC 1.
There's an absolute bullet fired into the top corner from Brodigan, who is one of just 2 scorers for the Bulls this season. They've got clear target players up top. Now has 3 goals in this 2025 season, Ashley Brodigan. Here's Gray. Into the arms of Grace Smith. Ashley Brodigan, now level as the Bulls' top scorer this season with Isabella Coco DeCipio, both on 3 goals in 2025. Gavranich, good skill to beat Melly. Melly's charging back to defend. Here's Halmerick into the box. Sky Halmerick. Oh, it's beaten everyone. Pell will retrieve it. Out on the right-hand side of the box. Pell's cross is blocked. She's still got it though. Harper Pell. Cross comes in. Too close to Namoto. This second half's a lot more free-flowing. It's really An end-to-end game, both sides having their chances. And the Bulls definitely have a spring in their step after Brodigan's goal. Rose finds Naimi, cuts inside. Looking for Coco DeCipio. Kalusic, who's been strong all afternoon, was there once again. Melly, back to Gray. Gray with a very long-range effort that Smith had to juggle. Hamerick, dispossessed. Here's Coco DeCipio. Looking for Naimi. Well defended, Kalusic. Once again, very reliable this afternoon for the Spirit. As the Spirit prepare their first substitute of the afternoon, it will be Lucy Fuchineko coming on. Unsure of who she will replace. Pridmore. Forward for Martin. None with the overlap. Can they reach her? Tamira Souza defended Martin well there. Now Brodigan. Back for Hennebury. All the way back to Nomoto this time. And forward for Brodigan. Gets inside Kalusic, but Anon was there to cover. Smith. Forward for Martin. A little bit slow on the ball there, allowed Johns to make the tackle. They still have it. It'll be Osborne taking the throw. Free kick given. Quite a soft foul there, but been a couple of those today. And here comes the first substitute of the game. Christina Anon making her way off. Harper Pell heading back to right back, and the captain Erin Pridmore also off the field. So it's Spirit who substitute early in this second half. Their captain heads to the bench, as does their new star signing, Christina Anon, who, as I've already mentioned, it's still pretty astounding to get someone of her calibre in the NPL New South Wales competition. Over 250 La Liga games. Been a captain in that league too, so an incredible person who will bring great leadership, great maturity to Christie Park. And the youngsters, the line up in yellow this season. Gray moving forward. If we're talking leadership and maturity in this league, Gray's name quite often comes up. Contentious call, Spirit unhappy. Didn't see a foul in that one. Nonetheless, we've had a few calls like that this game, so they'll can't feel too hard done by. Rose, who's taken all of the spot kicks this afternoon. Long and into the box. Headed away by Martin. Harper Pell clears it. Hennebury bringing it back. It's with Brodigan. Ashley Brodigan has Danielle Naimi. Beats Stoltzfus with a clever body feint. And now Coco DeCipio. Crucial tackle from the substitute. Lucy for Chineko. Rose is being sent all over the ground. Take all the free kicks, all the corners this afternoon. Melissa Rose. Cleared by Fichineko. It's back with the Bulls. Rose. Pressure coming from Halmerick. Turns away from her. Crosses into Mira Souza. Can't keep the header down. It'll be the Bulls now with their first substitute of the game. Ashley Hennebree making way for Maya Khalil, Lebanese international. Recently made her debut for her country. Alyssa Rose will slot back into the central defensive role, and Khalil will head on in the midfield. Good turn from Gavila. Slightly too slow on the pass. Allowed Phillips to make the tackle. It's gone wide to Brodigan. Early cross in. Smith saves it off the touch of her own player. Rolls it short. Victoria Kalusic. Looking for Halmerick. Namoto finds Khalil. Plenty of time in the middle. Now Johns. Rose driving forward. Johns with a poor touch that gives Spirit the throw. Taken early over the top for Halmerick. Substitute Mike Khalil. Important tackle. It's gotten a little bit quieter here. The atmosphere's dropping off a little bit at Christie Park. Who can find the spark to get their team's second goal? We have two balls on this field, which is a bit of a problem. Naimi, round Stoltzfus, still Daniela Naimi. Tries to pass it inside for Coco DeCipio. Petria Phillips. And Coco DeCipio commits the foul on Fichineko as she was jumping up to make the header. Tony Candy not happy with some of the calls being made here this afternoon, and he's making the referees aware. Melly brings it down. Back to Khalil. Back for Rose. Plays safe for Namoto. Brodigan. Rose. And a fantastic ball forward for Johns, who just can't rein it in. Cheer squad's back in action, but with a considerably less volume than they had in the first half. Bit down on troops, perhaps. As Rose intercepts for the Bulls, and she's really going forward. Alyssa Rose lines it up from range. Good angle on it, just dropped a little too early into the arms of Grace Smith. Halmerick. Gray, big tackle. Halmerick commits the foul. Advantage is played on. Tamira Souza, past Kalusic. And Gray Smith, big tackle. Big save from the goalkeeper. Heads long for Martin. Couldn't time her jump well enough to keep the ball. And Bulls have had a good run of possession here these last couple of minutes. Spirit's intensity dropping off a little bit. Kalusic with the header. Osborne playing it forward. Nomoto claims it calmly. Calm under pressure, as always, is Liz Gray. Pace of the game's really dropped off these last couple of minutes, so we're only 20 minutes into this second half. Who can amp it up a little bit to hunt for the winner? Rodigan forward. Naomi didn't get there in time. Kayla Osborne tries to get it through to Halmerick. Slightly miskicked it. Chineko, big tackle. Foul's given there for the pushing the back on for Chineko. And the card's given, yellow card for Isabella Coco DiCipio. Now two players out there in black who have yellows to their name. Nomoto, well outside her area to deal with that long ball. Osborne deals with that. Martin, Gray with the inception. Halmerick is growing increasingly frustrated every time her team concedes those fouls. She wins one that time though, Sky Halmerick, and probably just as soft, so some go your way and some don't here. Stoltzfus. Wide to Gavranic. Back to Fuchineko. Now Osborne, Kalusic. To Pell. Halmerick. Forward for Martin, who was onside, despite the Bulls' hands in the air. And Martin wins the throw in. Corner, sorry. Martin definitely won herself and her side a corner. It'll be Gavranic heading out to take it after the substitution of Anon. Kayla Gavranic from the right-hand side. And it's in! Sky Halmerick finishes off the corner. And Spirit retake the lead here at Christie Park. 2 goals for Sky Halmerick. Have the home side up 2-1 over the Bulls FC Academy.
Bulls Academy FC 1.
I was just saying that the game had started to slow down. This could provide both teams perhaps a boost they need. Confidence boost for the Spirit, and the Bulls perhaps a bit of a kick up the backside to get going again. Here's Rose to Brodigan, who scored the Bulls goal. Can they find another? Khalil, back to Gray. She's found Naomi to Phillips. Souza gets the loose ball. Khalil finds Melly wide. Well defended from Ariana Stoltzfus. Gave Melly no room to move when she attempted to turn her. But the throw was much less impressive, although Patria Phillips didn't control it very well in her throat, it seemed. Stoltzfus wins the throw. Phillips getting a talking to there about something. Have to be a bit careful because she's already on a yellow. Halmerick, clever layoff to Kelleher. Wide for Martin. Gabila's moving forward into the area. Martin's still on it. Tackled in the middle. The free kick's given. Maddie Gabila, 14-year-old. Gives her side a good chance here, just outside the box. Can Sky Halmerick do a bit better than she did with the chance they had in the first half? She sent straight into Tamira Souza's head. This time she'd be hoping for straight into the net, sealing a hat-trick. It's no secret that Sky Halmerick is the girl they look to for goals here at Spirit. Short run up on the approach. Sky Halmerick over the top. Substitution here for the Northwest Sydney Spirit. Entering the action is Lacey Wynn, replacing Maddie Gabila. Namoto, long, Kalusic wins it. Here's Halmerick. Gray comes off with it. Now Naomi inside to Phillips. Liz Gray turns inside. Back to Phillips. Has Naomi wide. Danielle Naomi. Good team effort in the defence there. Gavranic and Stoltzfus working together well. And there's Gavranic again. Melly gets the cross in. Headed back into the field. Coco DeCipio and Smith. Plays it quickly. Here's Martin. Inside to Wynn, the substitute. Lacey Wynn dispossessed by Gray. Brodigan. Ash Brodigan's shot. Blocked by Spirit. Big tackle from Stoltzfus. Bulls will have themselves a corner. Game's definitely sped up a lot. Bit more urgency and intensity behind the Bulls' attack now. And Spirit desperate to hold on to this lead to claim what would be just the second win of this 2025 season. Rose with the corner. Headed for Souza. Off of her head. Fuchineko clears it. It's fallen to Melly. Wide to Rose. Cross in again. Pell scrapes her head. Still bouncing around in the box. Souza playing for the foul. Not to be. Here's Rose. Defensive style of Spirits clearly changed since they've got the lead back. Jasmine Melly overlapping Naimi. Cross comes in. Headed away by Fuchineko. It's fallen to Coco DeCipio, who sends that into next week, bouncing off the roof of the clubhouse. Lacey Wynn. Back to Kayla Osborne. Now for Kalusic. Kelleher did well to reach the ball, but when she did, couldn't keep it in. Bulls FC Academy making another substitution. Petria Phillips leaves the field. And on comes Anna Hogarth Scott. Obviously tactical, but it's probably also a little bit of a awareness that Petria Phillips does have herself a yellow card from the first half, and perhaps wanting to make sure that doesn't turn red.
Go behind the ball!
Fuchineko.
Hey!
Kelleher's tripped by Brodigan. I apologise, Kelleher was tripped by the substitute, Anna Hogarth Scott. Both have that low bun. Spirit preparing their own substitute here. Sienna Hawkins receiving some last minute instructions before she'll join the action. Kelleher with a turn that really showed a lack of awareness there. Immediately tackled. Jasmine Melly with the overlap. Melly gets the cross in. It's fallen for Hogarth Scott. Now Kalusic clears it away. Forced to Johns. Back for Khalil. The Bulls just setting themselves up to go again. That was not the pass that was needed from Liz Gray. Smith just taking a little bit more time off the clock, waiting until Brodigan came to press before she picked up the ball. Martin attempting to find Pell was read well by Grace Johns. Gray. Melly to Naomi. She's got 2 on her. Does well to keep the ball. Souza beats Kelleher. Janeko looking for Gavranic. Just over the top of her. Sienna Hawkins will replace Michaela Gavranic here for Spirit's final substitution. Melly going for Naomi. Poor touch. It'll go the other way. Spirit's throw. Stoltzfus will have another one after Khalil heads it out. Osborne, Kelleher. It's made its way to Martin, taking a deflection on the way. Osborne, wide for the substitute. Hawkins, first touches. Osborne, inside for Halmerick. Halmerick rolls through the turn. Sky Halmerick has a third. Referee's called it offside. The linesman does not have her flag up, so... And Sky Halmerick has a yellow card, but that's quite a controversial call. Instead of a hat trick, Sky gets a yellow. They're calling it. The hand was raised for offside. I'm not quite sure how that could be when Halmerick had to turn around to play her, but perhaps she was moving back from an offside position when the pass was played. Coco DeCipio with the handball to not retain any advantage, and that's a big call in this game because that would have locked it up. 3-1 up, 10 minutes to go. Spirit will hold on, but now the game is still very much in the balance. Ball's falling to Halmerick. Hogarth Scott. Osborne makes the tackle. Win. Back to Kelleher. Now Martin. Martin beats Johns. Can't beat Souza. Still Tamira Souza. Puts the nutmeg on Stoltzfus and also wins a free kick. Clever run from the Bulls veteran. Gray to Melly. Naomi. Daniela Naomi in the area. Crosses it in. Hogarth Scott. Goal kick is given despite calls from the Bulls bench. Not quite sure how they'd see considering they're back behind halfway, but trying anything to get that slide advantage. Smith. Falls with Helmrich. Now Wynn. Melly. Intercepted by Stoltzfus on its way to Souza. Sky Helmrich has been surrounded by Bulls and does often take two to tackle her. Here's Naomi coming. Kayla Osborne, excellent in defence. And the crowd's letting her know just how good that was. Bulls are coming. Helmrich makes the tackle. Osborne. Every Spirit player is back, ready to defend. Off the crossbar with Souza. Clash on the post as Smith tries to go over the top of Kalusic. It's resulted in a Bulls corner. Tension is growing here at Christie. Can the Spirit hold Bulls out? Played short. Brodigan. Pell was there to read the back pass well. Harper Pell. It's fallen to Khalil. Osborne makes the tackle. Now Wynn. Rose. Just trying to settle it down so they can mount a more finessed attack. Hawkins intercepts it, goes around Melly. Hawkins shoots straight to Namoto. That was a good chance that deserved a better strike on the end of it. Hogarth Scott turns around Wynn. Stoltzfus makes the header. Kelleher. It's Fontaine Naimi.
Come on. Right foot, keep on the right.
Back to Fichneko. Now Osborne. Turns Hogarth Scott. Kelleher wins the throw. This game is turning into a special one. Big finish coming up here for both sides. Spirit just slowing things down, trying to get to full time as quick as possible. The Bulls have an intense speed about them. They need this ball in play so they can go and find the equaliser. Coco DeCipio kept it in. There were no Bulls where she kicked the ball though. Clever turn from Osborne. Great run, Harper Pell, just 15 years old. Played excellently here this afternoon. Martin. It's into the area, controlled by Rose. Alyssa Rose. Brodigan, back to Johns. Hogarth Scott, Brodigan. Khalil tackles Helmrich. Souza to Melly. Touches inside. Melly's still going. Squares it for Johns. Inside. Hogarth Scott. Tackles made by Osborne. She's been excellent these last few minutes as they've needed her to step up defensively. Rose. Handball's being called from the Bulls bench. Played on. Sienna Hawkins wins the throw. Final substitutions for Bulls FC Academy. Isabella Coco DeCipio and Ash Brodigan, the two girls who've scored all their goals this season, are headed off. And in come Sophia Furia and Jade Guichon. Furia, first touch. Less than successful. Hawkins comes on straight to the face, doesn't slow her down. Naomi keeps it in on the sideline. Naomi still going. Save made at the near post. Grace Smith. Tony Candy really adamant that his girls need to step up. We are now finished with regulation. As things stand, Spirit will walk away from here with 3 points. And they'll leapfrog the Bulls with this result. As things stand, they're both equal on points on the ladder. Depending on how tomorrow's results go, they could go up a few places. Spirit, if they hold on here, they're not done yet. Naomi has it wide. Chneko putting on pressure. Hawkins coming too. Still with the Bulls. Chneko did reach for it. I'm not sure she actually touched it with her hand. Halmerick being held back. That's got to be some sort of card for Jasmine Melly. Probably a smart foul, given that I would back Halmerick to run the length and score from there, and clearly Melly did too. Can't be long left in this one now. Spirit will take as long as possible. Win. Poor pass. Rose. Rounds Halmerick. Still Alyssa Rose. One touch too many. Sienna Hawkins. Rose has it back. Melly runs out of room. Referee wants things sped up. Ariana Stoltzfus is listening to her own coach, who has been adamant that things need to be slowed. Souza beats Osborne and Kelleher. Still Tamira Souza. Early cross. Fuchineko. Safety first, out over the sideline. Naomi keeps it in. Still with Naomi. Clever footwork. Fuchineko. Crucial interception. She's been strong since she came on early in the second half. 3. Spirit players making the tackle. Excellent effort here these last couple of minutes. Stoltzfus with the header. Lacey Wynn. Naomi keeps it in. Back to Gray. Gray early into the area. Headed away by Kalusic. It's fallen with Rose. Alyssa Rose driving forward. And Alyssa Rose will be able to take a free kick here. Everyone's on the edge of their seats here at Christie Park. Alyssa Rose has a chance to level things up here and help her side leave Christie Park with a point. Mia Nomoto is well outside. She's up at halfway. Strike nowhere near the goal. And perhaps that's a sign of fatigue. There you have it. Northwest Sydney Spirit get the win here at their home. 2-1 over the Bulls FC Academy. A brace for Sky Halmerick was enough to see them through to a 3 points to go on their table. Ashley Brodigan scored the 1 goal for the Bulls FC Academy, and that was an exciting game for both sides. Spirit getting the win here in a crucial match for them as they hope to build on this and get their season going. I'm Annabelle Bamfield. Thanks for tuning in and hope you enjoyed that one.